Penny, the owner of a Westminster-winning Doberman Pinscher, explains the antics of their Diva dog. She just switches it on. This dog had a great day. Earlier this month, Penny, a 4-year-old Doberman Pinscher, won Best in Show at the 150th Westminster Kennel Club. Her owners, Greg and Teresa Connors-Chan, were overjoyed. At an interview with the Post, Greg exclaimed, "You never think you're going to win," adding that it was the breed's first victory at the renowned dog show in almost 40 years. On February 3rd, in front of 50,000 spectators, Greg and Teresa, from Ontario, Canada, were sat close to the Madison Square Garden floor when their statuesque dog would proclaim the winner. Greg said, "I remember jumping up and turning to face Teresa, who was crying uncontrollably, and everything was blurry after that." Teresa, on the other hand, described the event as surreal, stating that she had watched the show on television for 18 years with the hope of competing at the breeder level someday. In contrast, the winner was cool as a cucumber. Greg remarked, "She just flips it on to show dog when she crosses that threshold into the show ring, just like any other athlete." The model Doberman had to defeat a murderer's row of 3,000 immaculately groomed dogs that prance and primped in the hopes of winning the most prestigious prize for show dogs in the United States in order to win the pageant. Andy Linton, Penny's trainer, had previously won Best in Show with another Doberman, Indy, in 1989. But Penny's victory was clinched during the free stack phase, where competitors strike their show pose without the help of a trainer, giving judges a chance to assess how well they represent the ideal of their breed. Teresa, a full-time investment advisor, recalled, "You could hear a pin drop in Madison Square Garden when Penny stopped on her own. She simply looked amazing when Linton, came down back with her. After that, she had to lose Best in Show. She defeated the Chesapeake Bay Retriever Kota, while the Afghan Hound Zyda, the Lhasa Apso Jije, and an elderly English sheepdog named Graham finished as runners-up. Penny was described as great a Doberman as I have ever seen by the meticulous Linton, a Doberman breeding icon. Why was Penny different from the others?" Teresa praised her flawless structure, stating that she is well balanced in both the front and back, giving the impression that she was poured into her skin, with no distinguishing characteristics but rather a cohesive whole. However, attitude is equally as important in Westminster's anatomy. Teresa observed that Penny had a diva attitude, meaning look at me, and was strong-willed. "I think the best way to describe it is really self-centered," she joked. Greg claims that his star qualities was there from the beginning, and that his pride and joy is cuddly and snuggly outside the arena, but can turn it on come game time. Penny would climb to the top of his neck as a puppy in the whelping box, growling at her littermates as though to say, "This is mine." This is a result of years of hard work on the part of the Chans, who bred Penny in 2021, some 10 years after Teresa began raising Dobermans. The royal breed, which was first created in 19th century Germany by tax collector Karl Friedrich Louis Doberman as a courageous but perceptive guard dog, has a drive for doing the right thing, according to Greg, a retired police officer who currently serves as a community housing safety expert. Producing quality show dogs as well as wonderful, well-bred pets with excellent temperaments is the Chan's joint mission at Conquest Dobermans. Penny was still a rough draft by Westminster standards, even though she had shown promise early on. Greg bemoaned a meticulous trainer and breeder who apparently scored the prodigal dog a 4.5 out of 10 when they brought her to Linton, Washington State, a few years ago. The trainer took her under his wing and turned her into Best in Show material, much as in a sea biscuit tale. Greg referred to Parkinson's disease sufferer Linton as a wizard who disappears in the ring and lets the dog paint the perfect picture. Many have attempted, but failed, to replicate this distinctive style. According to him, this is achieved through loose lead obedience, where the dog whisperer does minimal leash work to persuade his learners to comply with his commands. Greg explained, he trains the dogs to react to his body movement. In the main event, when the judges assess their spontaneous movement with little to no puppeteering, this is crucial. Greg observed that Linton just strolled Penny into the box, resembling something from Baby, in contrast to other Westminster contestants who had to physically lift their contestants' paws to gaze at the judge. Fortunately, Penny's brain is specially designed to handle these challenging tasks. Teresa stated, "You can teach a Doberman a new trick almost every day, but some people say you can't teach an old dog new tricks." According to Greg, Linton gave her 11 out of 10 by the time Westminster arrived. According to Greg, Linton, 67, claimed he wanted to go out on top, and winning was a realization of a lifetime goal. Donald Stays, president of the Westminster Kennel Club, commended the trainer and his dog after the announcement at the event, which is the second longest sports event in the U.S. after the Kentucky Derby. He stated, Andy's personal health issues make some things more difficult. She said, I understand you. And I saw that unique spirit that was present. It was the enchantment. Penny is leaving on a high note, just like her trainer. She will serve as a therapy dog after being retired from showing. Teresa exclaimed, the whole meeting new people and being loved on is her game. She adores that. We'll keep doing that with her in the hopes that she will give birth to puppies later this year. Penny's children will find it challenging to follow in her footsteps. Greg stated, only a select few make the cut. You're going to be a pet and go off and live a great life with a nice family if you have that one little thing off that we're not happy with.